Chris Burrell, always a strong option here as he gets the last pick here in the first game of this lower bracket semifinal, and that will be the selection.
Okay.
A lot of heavy engage. It seems like a very popular support pick here in the LPL. Side Cream has been sent down to catch bots. The top will be a little bit late to the play if they want to fight this out 5v5, and it looks like they might want to. Chris looking rather aggressive here.
Cream's going to finish pushing this wave and then maybe look for a teleport. I think it's tough, but ooh, there's no ult for 369 here, so I think this is a losing
Wade's got the
spot.
second as well. Equalizer does come over the top with the Between
Ooh.
Worlds of Night as well. Nice flash away here from Jackula, but Chris been taking way too much damage, and the teleport is all too late from Cream on the Akali. It's first blood to BLG, and they can head right back to the Grubs to finish that one up.
Why isn't TES trying to commit towards the bottom side play? You already had sent Cream down there. You know that you're missing ultimate from 369. Why bother trying to contest? You end up losing the first kill, and you still give over all of the Grubs. This is, I think, a big loss for TES. Bin Glazing. This guy has been so consistent for so many years, man. He was, I think, one of the best players in the LPL, and then you look at him and Knight being on the same team. Oh!
Okay, 369 gonna try to answer back a little bit here with a public execution onto Elk. Really nicely done in basically a 1v2 to pick up the first kill here for Top Esports.
For Grubs, we would expect with the priority that we were seeing from BLG that they would be making a play, but TS seemed unwilling to make. Oh my god, On.
Yeah, 369. He was sitting on a ward, and now On comes in here with the headbutt pulverized combo. That is the trade, potentially, with one more auto, as Elk will get his revenge here in the 2v1.
Kind of a big game breaker for the team. If they can make this play without Akali, then I think they're obviously very strong already, but it's first to them on the play. Knight is teleporting, so see how many Grubs BLG can grab.
They get at least one, so that means that the feat of strength will not go BLG's way, and it seems like that's all that Top Esports wanted to commit to after they saw that Knight channel the teleport and utilize that summoner spell. So they're going to give up 5 of the 6 Grubs. It means that it will not be the full feat of strength given over to them in that objective department, but they will be able to get those Void Mites crawling in, as Top Esports still looking to bide their time until another fight, as we see a really nice dash away here from 369. That was On, looking to make an aggressive play, and now BLG looking to collapse upon the Ambessa underneath the tier 1 turret, but he's going to have some support eventually. Nice flash away from the pulve, and that means that Wei is now the one who is targeted. The Crescent Guard is up, but all 3 members of TS are in melee range and will be able to take Wei down. His team's been able to sit on the weak side and pick up kills, find opportunities to grab gold whenever necessary, and now with Top Esports starting up this Dragon finally, with Wei on the other side of the map, it should be very easy pickings for them, even though it is being done completely under vision with that control ward down there at the bottom of the screen.
Now we're seeing it. Ambessa triggering the back, but can TP for this play. Seems like TS more focused on trying to get this mid-tier 1, which is about 60% HP. They've got Trinity Force, which makes it a lot easier. Maybe they try to find an escape kill.
There is nothing that they can do about it, with BLG having the first move to the play. And
TES, they have a ton of engage options. They are finally here first into the river, which sets them up for this Dragon.
So this is the first play that really Top Esports has been able to get to first. Problem is, fortunately, Cream is not there as well, so they don't feel super strong to just start this objective off, and it's actually On that is going to go in first, and the Equalizer finds a beautiful choke point here in the jungle. Teleport comes in from Cream, but it might just be too late. 369's in trouble, and 369 will fall. That is the first kill going towards BLG, and they now have a numbers advantage here in the mid lane. Jackie Love doing a decent amount of damage with the rockets, but it's now Bilibili Gaming who have the opportunity to break open this mid lane tier 1 turret with the Rift Herald in their hands.
And this sequence of play kind of, I think, sets them up for the next couple of minutes afterwards. Not only did they get some summoner spells out from TES, but they'll be able to crash in with these Grubs, with this Herald.
Another engage
find
here.
More.
Yeah, Crisp is actually going to go into follow, lands a little bit of crowd control onto Wei. Elk still untouched, though, on this backline, and will be able to rip apart Crisp. True Shot Barrage over the top, sends Jackie Love to below 300 HP. Cream now forced to go in, might get a trade onto Knight, but Knight will survive. It's a double kill for Elk. He's going in for another one, a triple kill for the Ezreal. And now 369 looking to clean up the scraps. He has the public execution available, but he will not find it onto Knight. And now he has been left isolated underneath his own tower.
Press onto top side, completely ransacking any of these objectives from TES. And honestly, this Top Esports roster get into a position a little bit later into this game, but I think that the window is starting to close for this team, as now another turret is going to fall, and they can't even make this play onto Bin underneath this turret.
And now they're going to look for Instead, Way here as Cream is going to come in. Public Execution is available. They end up picking it up, but it will be a 2-for-1 in response as Elk is just able to match beautifully with the Equalizer doing a ton of damage as well. Single play that they've gone for has not worked out for them. It's instead been BLG really pushing the tempo and having that go in their favor. They have now claimed all 3 of the outer turrets, with Bin picking up the bottom side tier 1.
Imagine now, Baron in a minute and a half, a fight around any one of these objectives, whether it's the top side or this dragon, can very easily snowball into grabbing that Otacon, grabbing the other objective as well. So TS need to be able to pick their fights, and BLG just look unassailable right now, hitting their 2-item cores a little bit quicker than their opponents.
He's going to have to take a big step and be a big carry for his team if they want to run away here with this first matchup in the best of 5, but instead it's BLG starting up this dragon. Teleport comes in preemptively from 369, so top esports want to fight this. They land the stun briefly onto On, but not a ton of damage has been dealt just yet. Now the engage is onto Kanavi. He's picking a big engage from Chris, but the Equalizer is buying so much time, and the Crescent Guard in from Way is huge. The Between Worlds is going to do a ton of damage, but right now Cream still able to do a bit here. He's picked himself up a double kill, but will get burned down here by Knight. Jackie Love, the last remaining survivor, and it will be all 5 down here for top esports. It's an ace for BLG.
Well, TES, you got the bottom lane, but look at what you lost for it. The entirety of your members. Almost all of the summoner spells are now gone for TES, and I think that might just be their Nexus going in a few minutes' time. It's the Dragon here as well. Such a great team fight coming in. They're getting items, they're getting gold, and they are just so damn powerful in this fight. Bin having the most damage in that team fight, I think, just shows all that you need to see.
Striking distance other than Jackie Love.
Wonderful caster curse from myself.
That has changed a little bit, as it is now over 1,000 gold lead for all 3 members of the top side for BLG, and they're looking to continue to put the pressure on as Kanavi has been caught out and will be going down. That is certainly the Otacon, if not more.
I was like, okay, we found some damage onto Way. Maybe there's an angle for TES to compete, but still some good ultimates. No Unbreakable here for On. Maybe they can find the support of BLG, but Cream.
Yeah, it's going to take a bit of a miracle, and Cream is already getting bursted
down.
Knight jumps over the wall with the Between Worlds and will shut Cream down. That is going to be another kill on to the top esports mid laner, as well as that Otacon being picked up. And now with Kanavi still dead for another 15 seconds and the revives in hand, no question BLG want to pick up this Baron.
It's been 8 minutes now since we kind of called this game in favor of BLG. They're kind of finding some angles around this Baron. If it's a lucky steal from TES, it'll merely delay the inevitable for them. And just BLG, man, they came to play. I think that they very much took that kind of loss to TT from the group stage that we've been noting every single time.
This game, they have the Otacon buff for another minute, so that is 2 more waves of control where they'll have both that and the Baron up minions. At least an inhibitor is going to be their goal, if not potentially the game. On the other side here in the mid lane, you see Knight actually getting targeted a little bit as Crisp tries to go for a desperation engage and will get taken down. Bin eats up that Glacial Prison, will be taken down about 40% HP, but again, has the revive and does not care about the damage that top esports is able to put onto him.
That's it. Yeah, this game is just done. Maybe now Cream, look, there's low HP, but even if BLG lose here, there's still Otacon revives. So this is just going from bad to worse.
Yep, Cream gets knocked up here. He's out of the Shroud, and he is dead. Still 5 men strong for BLG in the base of top esports, and only 1 Nexus Tower left between them and a Game 1 victory. On goes in, knocks up 369. He'll go back into the Rebirth, but the rest of his team surely will not. The Nexus is exposed. BLG farming those KDAs, baby, because they know that they have controlled and they have dominated this game number 1. It'll be just a revive here, sending Elk back to base, but the Nexus will fall, and Bilibili Gaming will take Game 1.
I'll be honest, you can look at this draft and you take nameplates off. Yeah, you can be excited. On is one of those players, specifically on Blitzcrank, that worries me. They're going to see him on this ward. I think this ward expires before On makes it. I want to see what the Observers. Can Observers show me the ward? Show me the ward.
Yeah, no, it'll be there.
It'll see him, so they'll know it, and they'll have to call off this play.
Yeah, I don't know if the wave is big enough at this point. Another one is crashing in. It's now going to be a 4v2 with teleports available on Knight if he wants to go in. Looks like they're still going to try to send it here. The Grand Entrance is flashed away from. That means that they can target the Blitzcrank right now. Blade Caller is big, and Jackie Love will claim first blood. So far, dive perfectly executed. Can they go for round 2? It looks like the answer will be no right now as Bin pops Counter-Strike, and the rocket grab stolen away from Kanavi is unable to find its mark. But Crisp looking to continue to go forward. Grand Entrance in, and Bin has to flash.
More waves being denied, but look at what's happening on the opposite side. All 4 of these members from TES splitting a single turret play, and Elk is just getting gold on the top side. So we need to see TES, how much more are they going to be able to index for this? They want to go for the redive, no flash on Bin.
Yeah, the cannon wave makes it a little bit easier to go in right now. Counter-Strike not available. Kanavi picks up the kill. It's now 2-0 to Top Esports, and they could look here for On as well.
No way.
They get all 3 feats of warfare here. It would be big. On already half HP. One more auto potentially from Jackie Love will claim the 3rd straight kill in the bottom lane for Top Esports. A much better start than game 1.
Bin will not have enough time to be able to move, so I wonder if TES can move them off. This is going to be a huge win for them.
Yeah, you can even send Cream down towards the Dragon Pit instead of actually going towards the Grubs. It's 369, maybe in a little bit of trouble as he went in a bit preemptively. The Bramble Smash doing the damage but not the knockup. As Wei looking for just a little bit more. One more combo would certainly take him down. The flash forward with the Bramble Smash, and 369 will follow, but there comes Knight with the Fate Seal to finally answer back for BLG.
That is a huge win for BLG, who, while losing the Grubs, are able to still grab themselves the Drake. TES now, they're still in a pretty fine spot. You think about the summoner spells we're able to grab from that. Really big focus on trying to get as much early gold so that they can kind of get from underneath onto BLG.
Yeah, Bin doesn't have Counter-Strike. This could be a little bit dangerous here for the Jax. Knock up into the wall is going to do a little bit work for him, but the extra resistance is from the Grandmaster's Might. Means that he will be able to survive, but it does mean the first tower will go towards Top Esports. That's a big chunk of gold being split among Jackie Love and 369.
And they also now have the feats of strength, so upgraded boots as soon as they hit their recalls here.
They can pick up all 3. That will be 6 Grubs secured for them. A big spike in terms of the siege potential on a composition that wants to do well here in the early game, and BLG want to make sure that does not happen. A teleport comes in. It's going to be Bin joining the fight in just a little bit. Flash hook does connect onto Crisp. The quickness comes out, but he will not be able to survive. It's a trade so far, 1-for-1 as Wei will fall. Bin pops the Counter-Strike and a stun up 2. Here comes Knight looking for a big ultimate, and in comes Elk. He picks up 1, but now he's potentially isolated here as he is basically in melee range of Cream. He is able to finally lengthen the gap. Cream dashes away with the abscond. Now flashes forward and abducts Knight and shuts him down. Jackula picks up the kill, and 369 jumps in. Top Esports winning this fight around the Grubs. They knock Elk back. They'll take him down as well. A big shutdown goes into the Jace's hands, and the gold lead extends to 3K for Top. Knight that really helped turn it from a decent fight for Top Esports into a great one for them, as they have extended the lead, as we've mentioned, to over 3,000. That 6 Grub actually still has not been taken, as BLG should just go and try to secure that one to make sure the 6 Grubs don't go in favor of Top, as they still have control over this.
They want the dive, though. They want to get this turret, right? Like, there's still plates that are still up. Wei is eventually going to do this, but it seems like they really wanted to just shadow him and make sure that he gets this gold.
Pick that one up and now make their way back towards the Grub. It should be relatively easy to secure and make sure that other they don't get the full buff. They just get 5 out of the 6 here.
Viego to have to snowball for his team, and you look at some of his lanes already ahead on the Silas. Kami got to be able to get out, but I think a turn.
Cream though, he dashes over the wall, steals away the Blitzcrank ultimate, should be able to use it rather shortly, and that is the first kill and a reset picked up for Kanavi. Gathers enough time for Chris to join in onto the fight, and it's a double kill now for the Viego. Now Wei is the next target, as Kanavi will be able to dash over the wall, but now he's been isolated in a 1v2, will be able to be taken down by Knight as he goes a little bit too far forward, gets a little too hypey there on the Viego.
Team ends up grabbing them the 2 kills onto the bottom lane of BLG, so grabbing summoner spells is great, but now we're coming into this fight. There's no flash on Wei.
How many items do we have to get to, and like what is the goal discrepancy going to have to be in order for their composition to really start to come online?
Yeah, BLG, if they can hit 3 items, I think it's playable. We're getting teleports. Oh, okay, here we go.
Yeah, Bin already at half HP and has burned the ultimate, does not have that Counter-Strike for a little bit. Cream coming in with a teleport first, already using the Grandmaster's Might that he stole away to force Elk to pop that Killer Instinct. Now Kanavi joining the fray as well, looking for potentially a stun, but instead just pressuring BLG away, as they know that it could open up into a 5v5 underneath the tower if they are not careful. So now the point turns towards the siege. They should be able to pick up this tier 1 and retreat back to the Rift Herald to secure another major objective for themselves.
Really great. You can get 3 items on Yone, 3 items on Jax. I think Kaisa, with how much flexibility, did go for, typically we're seeing the lethal tempo for Kaisa, but once you hit those 2 items, we've really been seeing a large amount of just going into AP.
Well, they're going to try to get something here with this Dragon. It would put them actually an advantage in the Drake department at the very least. So potentially playing for Hextech Soul is in the cards for them if they're able to stall this game. This one.
Blitzcrank is such a wild card here as TES. They want to try to get this mid-tier 1. Hopefully they can continue their push of vision. They've been very, very good so far in this game of making sure that they make complete fog of war possible for BLG. They take away all of their vision and then move into side as you get a Nature's twisting advance here. Uh-oh.
Okay, that's going to be followed up with the hook. That's what we were talking about, but it looks like Crisp is able to get away in time, and in comes Cream off of the re-engage, and that'll be 1-0 in favor of Top Esports, even after a play that BLG initiated.
This Blitzcrank is just not able to provide enough value now. I mean, yeah, later into a game, maybe he finds someone like Crisp, someone like Jackie Love, but even if he does, right now it doesn't seem like BLG have the damage to be able to deal with it, and On is also just not hitting very many hooks as Kanavi, he's going to take the portal over, he's going to help take the mid-tier 2 as well.
That was a little risky right there, but it looks like it's going to pay off. It's stolen away. Ultimate from the Maokai will allow 4 on to fall, and now the Rift Herald gets another crash in onto the tier 3. Here comes Bin to try and re-engage, and it's going to result in them picking up a kill onto Kanavi. But the damage has already been done as the base is nearly broken open for BLG.
Ultimate is back up and available. Teleports are already coming through.
Oh, it's an aggressive one though. Oh, no, On could have tried to time the hook just enough, but he wasn't able to do so. Successfully, Cream comes in to secure the inevitable, which is that Otacon going over to Top Esports.
I was so worried about Blitzcrank for On.
Yes.
Like, this champion just feels too, coin flip. Never mind.
All his hooks have been on the Rakan, and they will be able to get the revive on him now, but what will the payoff be? It'll be at least 1 kill onto Wei, and now Kanavi, with a twisted advance that is stolen away, will use that Heartbreaker on tonight and make it a 2-0 trade with Crisp coming right back to base. They pick up a 3rd kill with On falling, and that is Top Esports absolutely breaking this game open. Mid lane inhibitor falls. Only Elk and Bin survive, and they will be the last remaining defenders for the next 15 seconds. Top Esports might want to end this game right here and right now. Bin already has used the Counter-Strike, unable to find much. Jackie Love picking that kill up. Elk now in a 1v4, using the Killer Instinct, but it is to no avail. The Nexus Tower does fall. It is an ace for Top Esports. They don't have a wave just yet, so they're going to continue to just break open this base as the resets have now come through. On and Wei have arrived. The health bars are low, but there's not a ton of damage there just yet. They get at least one of the revives here. Wave dashes in to try to dodge away from the stolen hook, but it should not matter at all. Finally, another kill goes in for Cream, and the finishing touches of this game number 2 are going to start to be placed. Knight is still alive. He has the Fate Seal, lands a knock-up onto Cream, but he knows that even if he picks up a kill, it's going to just send them right back into the Rebirth. Lands 1 knock-up onto Cream. The Nexus is now exposed. It looks like Knight is not going to do much as the ace is once again secured. But here comes the reinforcements. We are all out brawling here in the enemy base here as Top Esports know they can play with their food just a little bit longer. And 369 is still not dead. He is still going to try and get away here. Bin matches the flash, but 369 will escape with his life as Crisp will be the lone sacrifice here. And now 369 can re-engage because Jackie Love has returned from the false death chamber and will punch a little bit of extra damage into Bin before heading back.
Alright, so TES, they wanted to farm a few kills there, making sure that they could try to kill more of the BLG members.
So Top Esports, after that beautiful use of the Otacon. I don't know if there's like an Otacon power play that they do, but
I think it's going to be very tough, and a lot of summoner spells missing here from BLG.
Hook does this time land onto Cream, but he's able to pop that Zanya's in time. Meanwhile, on the backside of things, Bin stuck in a 1v4, Heartbreakered on, and will be going down. Already numbers advantage now as it's just a 1-for-1, but Top Esports are looking for even more kills as they take down Wei. And now Elk is the next target. He will fall before he can even reach his fountain. And into our hands, a series has been placed. Top Esports even things up at 1-1. It's a lot of crowd control that you consider to be great secondary engage, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult to find creative angles to find the primary engage with things like a Chain of Corruption, like a Stray, Ari Charm.
Bar is gone for no reason, so.
But the passive though, the passive is useless is what you're saying.
I hate the passive. They need to, they've already reworked this thing like twice now, so we just give her something. Maybe there's a mid play here. Crisp is available. Kanavi has hit level 6.
Does have that ultimate to use, and Knight has to burn the flash out of respect as Cream throws out the charm. The trade, of course, will be the 3 grubs for BLG. It's one of those games now with the Shyvana in the game that early dragon is actually taken, and so that is the trade.
While TES are trying to control around the mid lane, and now we're getting the teleports coming in from Cream, who has just now finished Malignance.
6 grubs for BLG would be huge, especially with the slight early advantage that they have built up right now. Kanavi does not want to let that happen. Does not secure that first smite, so now it is immediately a 4 versus 2. There comes the Poppy ult, it knocks away on, and here comes Kanavi. He smites away one that prevents the 6 grubs. 369. Getting closer and closer to Mega. Will Top Esports pull the trigger? Bin, he yeets Crisp away from the rest of the fight, but now Top Esports might have an opportunity here in the 4v4 without Bin in the area. The second grub is secured, but now Bin can collapse. He's got himself a decent flank opportunity, and 369 is potentially isolated. Nice wall up to prevent any extra damage from connecting, and Top will escape with their lives.
Charm without using his ultimate felt a little bit weird. Poppy being able to knock away on it kind of stopped BLG from being able to extend more into that play.
Yeah, and you know, with that extra dragon damage, able to pick that second one up, dropping that will give a little bit of extra gold over to BLG. But now Way's here as well. It's going to be matched here by Kanavi around the blue buff. And that might be enough to seed over this tier 1 to BLG a little bit earlier.
This is a big mid wave that's also being missed by TS. 369's going to have to go and cover it.
Okay, here comes Kanavi with the ultimate. And it looks like the Keeper's Verdict just going to knock away on. And that'll be enough here for BLG to secure the first tower of the game. With all the pressure that they have exerted towards the bottom lane, it finally goes their way.
Realizing that while they can try to go to late game, I think having the Dragon Soul, getting all of those stacks for the Shyvana passive is going to be a big boon for them as we head later and later into this game.
Yeah, Bin just able to take that tower anyway after Top Esports used the teleport from Cream as well as a ton of other resources to try and prevent that from happening. And in the meantime, Way is going to pick up the Rift Herald as well. So the top side of the map right now belongs to BLG. And despite the fact that we have not gotten a kill in the first 16.5 minutes of this third game, it's BLG with over a 2,000 gold lead. And Top Esports are going to have to make something happen on the other side of the map in order to even things up.
They are fighting for mid control constantly. They even summon the Rift Herald here.
Really nice steadfast presence from Chris. Prevent that Zenith Blade from going forward on. Force the flash defensively to head right back to the mid lane where the Rift Herald has been procced. If it lands a charge, would almost certainly mean that third outer going down. Solar Flare does connect onto Kanavi, who is forced all the way, but he lands the fade away and will pick up first blood for Top. Now, the Lilting Lullaby will land onto 2, but a really nice Keeper's Verdict prevents from any follow-up from happening. Bin now going all out onto Cream, but he has to flash away from another charm connecting Top Esports, winning out on that skirmish, and they have the numbers advantage for this third dragon.
They don't have any ultimates on the side of BLG, so they can't make the contest. Way and Bin trying to walk into River, get whatever kind of damage they can, but this is going to be very deep from BLG. They're cutting the mid wave high. They have a huge minion wave, and they'll be able to grab 2 turrets during this play. So short term, getting a lot of gold for themselves, but long term now, on soul points in the game. And again, that soul point is going to be so dangerous to deal with. What I'm going to be looking at here coming into this next fight is some of the item completions and how BLG are setting up the map to be able to play around this objective.
We were just praising Chris, and he might have gotten himself caught out as Elk will pick up that kill. Even things up at 1-1. Now Jackie Love potentially in some trouble, forcing Way to go golden though as Kanavi has jumped in. Teleport on the way. It will be Bin joining the fray. Jackie Love flashes away from the Pathmaker, still trying to kite, but the all-out will come through, and BLG will win a fight of their own. 369 gets stunned up in Mega Gnar form, and with all 5 members of BLG in the bottom side river, they will be able to pick up 4.
A lot of these fights, and I think his consistency is really starting to get the better of TES. As we see in this fight, he is not afraid. He is continuously auto-attacking onto Kanavi.
Caught out there, and the rest of the team kind of follows suit, allowing for BLG to continue to add to their gold lead. And we were saying like 2,000 could be okay. Now the lead is 4K, and with the Otacon buff in their hands, BLG unrelenting in their aggression. A 2-man seismic shove comes through from Knight, and it locks down Jackie Love and takes him down. Already it's a 2-0, and Chris will be the third. One more auto for On should do the deed, but he will be able to escape here with the steadfast presence. But BLG have their foot on the gas, and they are not letting go.
Using the entire map here against TES, they still have all of these Otacons. Before that play, while we were in the replay, TS were actually able to grab a turret in top lane tier 1. That was thanks to Cream. But now they've lost out on so much. More of these grubs from BLG are going to explode the structures and make it almost impossible for TS to come back at this point. We're 21.5 minutes, almost 22, and it is a almost 7,000 gold lead. Yes, because even if they find a kill onto someone like Knight, he can just ult over. He also has the Hextech portals as well, so has to be very quick for TS, and they are going to just try to make the cross-map play. Recognizing we can't contest for Dragon, let's try to take as many turrets as possible to try to alleviate some of the gold differential. Experience in particular anywhere he can right now. Maybe him and Cream can find something. Yeah, Cream.
Okay, wait. There comes the charm. It's cleansed away from Kanavi. Going to follow up here with the ultimate, but a really nice spell shield from Elk will leave him untouched in the backline. Kanavi going to go down. It's going to be Cream going down as well. And now it's a 3v4 in favor of BLG, but the health bars are on top Esports' side. Be careful, 369 could jump in to try to find a bit of a Meganar. Here comes Way, lands a lilting lullaby, will be cleansed away from Jackie Love. He'll still be alive for now. And now it has been dashing in onto the Gnar, who is lowering his health bar. He has to yeet Bin away, but Knight will find his mark and take down his former teammate on top Esports. Chris will fall as well as BLG find yet another fight.
Okay, maybe the Blitzcrank game was him, maybe getting his lick back on some other plays that happened some other series. This time around, it feels like he is on point. On is definitely here to play with this Leona and setting up his team. This bot lane duo for BLG is providing the wins that they need. We're looking at another 29-minute victory here in Game 3 for BLG.
I mean, even if those item spikes are hit, Hulk, I feel like this is very hard for top Esports to play with just the amount of gold that BLG have in the lead. It's almost 9,000 at this point. 3.5 items, nearly a fourth with that Infinity Edge nearly completed here for Elk. But top Esports, they're going to have to make something happen quickly if they want to stay alive here in this game. Elk currently just face tanking all the damage from Cream, and the Weaver's Wall is actually going to cut the Ahri off and put him in a precarious situation. That'll be the tier 3 going down, and most likely the inhibitor in the bottom lane as well. You have to take a look at 369 though. He's pushing onto this top lane tier 3. Not going to be able to take down that turret just yet, but now Kanavi and the rest of top Esports want to play the cancel backs game. They're going to be able to do a decent job of that with the Flame Breath, and a flank could potentially be in play. One has come back to try to stop 369, and this could be top Esports' opportunity. Way already down to less than 1,000 HP. Keeper's Verdict not doing too much, and top want to continue the collapse. Cream needs to find another engage, another charm onto a priority target, but now he will not be able to, as the rest of BLG are able to back away. But this means that top Esports can start up this dragon, and it will be the Hextech Soul if it goes to them.
369 needs to be careful. He has very close to being able to have Mega Gnar, and it's down. That'll be the Hextech Soul.
Can they get away now without a fight? Flash away here from Jackie Love already as Bin pops the all out, but it will be flashed in response. Looks like Chris is going to be the sacrifice as Way will take him down to make it 11-1. But top Esports got what they wanted. They denied anything more than an inhibitor off the Baron push, and they pick up the Hextech Soul. Make no mistake, this is one of the best bot lanes in the world, and they're showing it right here as they break open this mid lane inhibitor. Will take that one down as well. So now, looks like top Esports on the clock a little bit. They're going to have to defend for the next 5 minutes or so in terms of helping them out with the poke. But now top Esports want to try to finish this one off. They want to try to finish off the siege of the top Esports base. Elk spell shields away from that charm. And now a teleport comes in. 369 is Mega Gnar. The Keeper's Verdict knocks away 2. This is absolutely top Esports' opportunity. If they can try to find the Gnar, Elk is stunned, Elk is walloped, and Elk is still alive.
He's alive!
He pops the shield. He will not fall. And the rest of BLG are here to collapse upon their AD carry and make sure that he lives.
Okay, Knight teleports into the mid lane wave. 369 still has a little bit ways to go before he can have Mega Gnar. It'll be stacked up quite nicely.
Oh, it splits up 3.
Cutting them off.
That's a huge Weaver's Wall. It's only going to knock the Seismic Shove in on to Crisp. He will get taken down first, but Cream and the rest of top Esports are able to escape, and the Baron buff has been reset. The monster going to have to be started up again. It gives Kanavi a little bit more time to try to farm up more Fury, but instead they're going to pull away and allow for that big purple worm to go in hands of BLG.
What I want to see from top Esports now is you need to have so much push on this side lane. I want to see Kanavi and 369 work together to push this wave, catch the next one as well, because upcoming in a minute and a half.
Might be going a little bit too far forward here without the rest of his team, as he has to now back away. Swirl Seed lands onto Jackie Love. They don't want to proc the ultimate just yet. Until they do, here comes the sleep. The Bin and Tofo Strike does not connect, but will it be enough to still take Jackie Love down? That's a lot of on-hit damage on the Varus, and Bin will fall. That's a shutdown going towards Jackie Love. Now Kanavi has proc the ultimate. Will be able to do a ton of damage now in a 4v5. The charm lands onto On. Top Esports, somehow, some way, are going to try to come back in this game. Elk is down. It's a double kill in for Cream, and they are going to wipe the floor with BLG.
How can Top keep winning these fights? Bin goes too far. So much denial from Crisp.
No way.
How can they end? I mean, there's still too many turrets, and look at these minions. 4 minions, a lot of them half HP. Who has to tank this? Crisp is going to go first. It's going to buy a little bit time. How much can they get here? Still long death timers here for BLG.
I mean, it's just going to be Bin and On respawning in 10 seconds. The rest of the main carries are 20 to 30 seconds away. Top Esports are going for the throw. They're going for it now. They're on to the Nexus turrets. How fast can they burst them down? Kanavi procs the ult. On, trying to clear the wave to try to save the game. But the Nexus is exposed. And Top Esports, they complete the comeback of all comebacks and take match point against BLG.
10,000 gold, and they're still down in gold at the end of it. Kind of, I guess, all over the place. It is going to be very much on this jungle and support duo from BLG to get fights started. How are they going to be able to link up with this Vi? How can they pull Knight over on this Galio to whether or not it actually works? And so we're going to see the dive here. On is already back top lane. Way's here as well. And Kanavi has to really make this work.
369 already used all of his cooldowns. He flashes straight into a Q from On. Oh, Elk! He's not able to get the kill. The minions are not going to be able to finish the job with a 4-shot just barely out of range.
Oh, no. And now we get to see it on the opposite side. What can Bin get done?
Okay, the Fear is not going to get untethered. He flashes the wrong way for it. Bin could be in trouble. The Q3 is spell shielded, and it'll be only an execute on to Crisp. That is first blood going to TES. BLG, after they see Kanavi up on that top side without his summoner spell, should be easily collectible here for Way, who now also has a multiple camp lead over the Nocturne and is looking very, very good in the early game. A bright spot here for BLG. Has not necessarily gone their way.
Yeah, 2 minor interactions there that could change the style of the fight here. I'm going to hold that now. Knight here with the ultimate.
Yeah,
Nami does not have level 6 and is nowhere near this, but TS cannot get into a hit. Maybe he can try to make the steal. Oh!
Did he get it?
He stole it with Q!
Oh my god, that should have been free. Yanked around back and forth, kind of like what BLG were doing to top a little bit earlier on, is now looks like a play is going to be made towards Cream. Already has flashed away. The shockwave does connect onto 2, but Cream doesn't have any mana, and Way should be able to pick this one up with ease. On the other side, though, will fall as Top Esports get one right back.
Wow, On got scammed by that portal, though. Oh, and now Elk has a flash.
He does have the cleanse to be able to get away from the Fear. Instead, opts not to use it just yet. Here comes Chris, the handshake. Not offered just yet. Underneath the tower, Kanavi goes. One more shot. Will not be able to take him down, but here comes the curtain call. Kanavi is going to just back in his face, emote on top of him, and make sure that 4-shot does not connect with the block from Chris.
Seems like they're not going to go for it.
So just a trade. Should be BLG getting the majority of these grubs, potentially having the mites in their favor, as on the other side of things, Top Esports is going to try to even up this dragon count at 1. So seems like both sides are comfortable handshaking, excuse the pun, as Crisp is now on the Renata Glass in this game, and keeping things at a relatively even game state for the moment. Neither side feeling like they want to fight just yet.
5 grubs is nice, but grubs is a win more objective. They need to be able to hit these turrets. I think the keys to some of your success having one of the best mechanical mid laners in the world.
So Top Esports going to start off this dragon. Going to be tough for BLG to engage into it, just given Crisp is available here on the Renata. Steal, not secured as Kanavi lands the final smite. Now a teleport comes in. It'll be Bin joining the party. All 5 members of BLG here to match the 5 of TES. Chanter Crisp comes out. They go straight forward. There comes the Nocturne Ori, and there goes 369 with the cannon ultimate. It takes down 1. Ronaldo ult is huge as well as Elk is locked down for just a little bit. The numbers advantage so far in favor of TES. It is just going to be the curtain call. A shootout, not a ton of low health bars, so not an execute in sight. And Top Esports are going to escape with their lives and with the dragon in their hands.
Slowly starting to eke themselves into this game as a victory.
It looked like potentially 369 ultimate was going to do enough, but now looking for another play here onto Elk. Lands a stun, a lot of chunk damage here, but a teleport will be matched here as Knight is looking to try and re-engage. Deadly Flourish lands onto 369. The cannon trying to get a final blow with the bailout, but will not be able to as the Feet of Warfare is picked up for BLG as they get another kill in their hands right before this Rift Herald is available for the taking.
This is so tough. Kanavi and Cream have their ultimates. And it seems like TES, even with the 5 grubs on the side of BLG, down a member, are a little hesitant to walk up to this objective. They have Ashe ultimate coming up in 10. I think this is going to be the spot that they find it, and no Bard ult again.
Knight, he lands a taunt, it's on to Cream, he is locked down, but the Shockwave comes down and takes down Elk. That is 35 seconds to Jin being out of the fight. Now, Jackie Love can try to glide here with the Rangers focus. Way taking down half HP, but in comes Bin. He's got the World Ender on, and Jackie Love will fall after. That bailout goes down. Kanavi falls as well, and BLG win the fight.
The solo laners for BLG step up when it's needed most. We had questions,
Knight?
and Knight just flashes forward for Cream. I think that's a little too adventurous, brother. I like the attempt.
Herald was not taken off of that play. Now it was started up by Way once more. Kanavi and Cream, they have the Noctanori combo again. They can use it if they decide to go in onto Way. Bin joining the fray as well. Elk very far away. Knight has no hero's entrance, but the Tempered Fate will land onto Cream, who's been caught out once again, this time without a flash. Does not combine with the Vault Breaker, but the Assault Battery lands all the same. Cream is down, and Bin picks up the kill. A huge taunt comes through on the other side for Knight, but 369 will rip apart the backline for now. Knight will fall. Jackie Love still alive, and they will pick up 4. It has just been left alive here for BLG. Will he be able to do anything? I don't think so. It's an ace for top.
And it's all 9s here as Jackie Love gets a triple kill. 369 opens up the fight for TES, and it is back and forth between these two teams as they are gonna grab themselves the Rift Herald. They can even make a play in a minute's time for the Dragon. There's an Otacon that is up and available. It is feeling like these two teams do not want to give a single inch in this last match, potentially. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. What a lower third. Calcium Ells for
Levitating.
everybody.
Oh my god. Squid Game
Banger
release,
song.
that's crazy. Yeah, so they're starting here for this Dragon.
Okay, they're going to go in here with the Vigalio combo. Knockup does land onto Cream once again, but a really nice Renata ultimate's going to stall a little bit of time. Temper Fant lays onto 2, but it's on the people of BLG, and Way will go down first. Kennen ultimate doesn't do all too much, as Bin has already arrived here with the teleport in hand, has the World Ender, going to try to heal up, but will be taken down shortly by Jackie Love unless he's able to find something. No, it is Jackie Love still alive in the back line. 369 and Kanavi will follow on over with the portal and make it another team fight win for Top Esports.
And BLG bros, they are falling to the wayside. Top Esports win another team fight. They have still the Herald in their back pocket if they need it, and they've got an Otacon that's starting to throw a few hands with some of the members of TES. They're going to get themselves the revives. They can even grab the Dragon afterwards, and TES are running away with this game now.
Just think about where we were, I guess like a little over an hour ago. BLG were up 10-1.
Silas or Akali or any other champions we expect for Knight to be playing, it is this Galio that is not able to provide the damage that BLG need. And it takes a long time for them to find kills. The HP that TS is building into, the Seraphs that we see, the Black Cleaver from Kanavi, they have all different ways of kind of increasing how much HP they have. And it takes so long for these fights that someone like Ashe gets an insane amount of value. And now Jackie Love, the franchise player for TES, might be able to kind of bring them over the line alongside the other members of TES to get them to that lower bracket finals.
3,000 gold lead now as they have the Otacon buff as well. Pick up Chemtech Soul Point. Goes alive in about a minute's time. Bot lane tier 2, now the target. And looks like BLG going to try to force the initiative here. On, gets hit with the Tempered Fate. And the Shockwave will land onto 2 though. Bin has to flash away immediately. Already has to pop the World Ender. In goes away though. Can Knight save the day? Will not be able to find a knockup with the hero's entrance and might actually be in a bit of trouble here. He has to flash out underneath the tier 2 turret. Kanavi without any mana, but still has the HP bar and has the rebirth. He will head back to the fountain with Top Esports taking that tier 2 as a reward.
Close, but again, Otacon revives. They can play with their food just a little bit more. TES, like you said, grab a bottom tier 2.
It's to dish out a lot, so is a lot of the waiting game now that has to be played here for BLG until they hit their crucial spikes to allow them to maybe force a comeback of their own.
Where the Baron's at, seems like TES are not going to be on that objective. That is going to be, I think, a very crucial ultimate no longer available.
He got the back canceled. In comes Kanavi as well, although he might have gone a little bit too far forward. The taunt lands onto him. Curtain Call comes out, and Kanavi will be shut down as Wade picks up 460 gold. Cream dodged away from the 4-shot, but this is now BLG's opportunity. They land the tether onto Cream. He will get sent right back. Deadly Flourish will not connect with the dissonance, and he will have to pop the stopwatch in time. In comes Knight as well. Cream now has the Shockwave at his disposal, could try to find some sort of play. 369 is on the flank with his flash and slicing Maelstrom as well. And BLG are just too scared to get anything more than that one kill. They will back away with their prize happily. Tempered Fate comes out. Flash away from Jackie Love. That is a big cooldown now if Wei wants to go in onto the Ashe.
No flash on Jackie Love or on Cream. And I really wish this damage HUD was not up right now. I want to see what the hourglass cooldown is for Cream, but we're getting a fight.
Call. BLG knows that this could be one of the last fights that they play in this series unless things go their way. Here comes Wei on the massive flank. They found Jackie Love. They taunted him up. He has the bailout on top of him. He will be alive for just a little bit longer. Jackie Love is still down. He will not fall. Jackie Love reigns supreme until he finally is bursted down by the bailout. And here comes Knight. He lands a two-man taunt. Knight is unrelenting. Knight refuses to lose. He takes Chris down to half HP, forces 369 back, and BLG will win this fight as long as Chris is unable to get anything more underneath this turret. Bin will escape with a tower shot on top of him, and BLG, despite giving up the soul, will keep themselves alive. Control of vision in the pit finally. Scry's Bloom by 369 will spot things out. He has his ultimate, but no flash to get into the back line just yet. Baron's at 3,000 HP. Here comes Kanavi. Can he get the steal? It should be a 50-50 if they try to force it down. Who's gonna get it?
He gets
Kanavi finds the Baron, and in comes 369, slicing him up with the Maelstrom. Elk will fall, but Wei and Bin are still very strong. The Shockwave does not connect. It's a 4v3 in favor of Top Esports right now. Bin on the run as the rest of BLG have to head back in base in retreat. Kanavi continuing to hunt down the Aatrox, and Bin will die. Kanavi with the smite of the season. Now the Top Esports can take advantage of. They're hitting onto this mid lane tier 2 surely to take that down. And now Wei could potentially be in a little bit of trouble here. He's going to get caught out. The Vi will be in a lot of hurt as Cream picks up the kill. Now a numbers advantage once again in Top Esports' favor as they still have the Baron buff for another 100 seconds.
Oh, and they're just pushing on every single lane. TES have been able to execute that much better. BLG seem a little bit lost. Those ults really open up, and Elk just walks into fog.
Oh, really nice use of the Tempered Fate to keep the Jhin alive, and now 369 could be the one with the target on his back. He doesn't have the flash. Curtain Calls comes out to try and slow down the Kennen. The 4-shot connects, but in comes Cream. The Shockwave will land on a 3, but it should not be enough, and TES will drop. 369 now without a life for the next 50 seconds, and Bin trying to escape on his own target. So instead they will back away and allow for Top to start up the Elder Dragon.
There it is, and Elk clearing out the mid wave. He'll have access to Curtain Call, but again, that turn from Cream and Kanavi. Look at 369 on the flank.
There comes that Nocturnal Recon, but we land onto Elk, and Cream will find his mark onto the mid laner, or onto the AD carry here for BLG. On, now forced to run. There's the Maelstrom from 369, and Wei will go down on the wayside as well. Chris and the rest of Top Esports looking to push forward here. Jackie Love gets yet another, and that should be it.
That's going to be the game. Knight gets chased out. Kanavi's going to prevent him. All right, he gets the TP. Fine, Knight. You can watch your base crumble. You can watch your chances at making 7 finals in a row disappear before your eyes.
There might be struggles along the way, but at 7, 3, and 10 in the moment that matters most, the Cream rises to the top here in Game 4. Just one more player is alive. It is Knight, who has made it to 6 straight finals and is going to watch the hopes of a 7th fall right underneath his own base. They're onto the Nexus turrets. They've taken down 1. Knight will drop. It's going to be the Tempered Fate. Not just yet. Knight is still alive. There's still some death timers up. 369 lands another ulti. They're onto the Nexus turrets. They're onto the Nexus. And Top Esports are advancing to the LPL lower finals.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.